I'm delighted to be joined by the 2015 Betfred World Snooker Champion. It's Stuart Bingham. Stuart, first of all, the most important question we're asking everyone at the moment, are you and your family all fit and well?
Yeah, we are, thankfully. We have been isolating, literally only going out for food and stuff. So, yeah, we have kept it sort of closed out. So, yeah, touch wood, we're all good.
It's the least we can do, isn't it? Is stay in and help our NHS because they're doing an amazing job.
Definitely, it's scary out there, and obviously watching the TV every day and seeing how many deaths there are. The NHS are doing a fantastic job, and say all we've got to do is stay in to help them out, and yeah, take your hat off to the NHS. They're putting their own lives on the line, and obviously. Say everyone's just got to stay in, do the sort of job really.
And it's not just the NHS. There's all sorts of key workers. I mean, supermarket staff, the refuge collectors, all working so hard to keep the show on the road.
Yeah, it's just one big team. Everyone, obviously down Tesco's where we are, there's been a few sort of arguments and fights and things like that. So, even the staff there, they're putting their lives on the risk. To fill the shelves, postman. So it goes for everyone who's working at the moment. They're putting their lives on the line, and yeah, it's unbelievable what the UK are doing.
Well, let's talk about happier times, Stuart. Normally at this time of year, me and you are in Sheffield, and I think we can see by the picture behind you what the Crucible means to you.
Yeah, thankfully that is the year I won. That was a semi-final setup. And that table obviously is the table I've got next to me. So yeah, it's obviously a great memory. I didn't have my daughter there, so I want to win one more to have my daughter there, hopefully in the future.
Has that table next to you seen much practice?
Not loads. It's had a little bit. We had a blue ball challenge through World Seniors Snooker. Gary Filtness got 10 out of 10. He was first off. I was about 4th or 5th, and I got 9 out of 10, which I was chuffed a bit because, say, from Gibraltar, I literally had a McHugh in my hand for about 30 minutes. So, but yeah, since then, I've had a day off, day here and there, not long. So, just sort of waiting to hear from Barry Earn and World Snooker when it's all going to obviously hopefully happen.
Let's take you back to 2015. You're a bit of a snooker historian as well, aren't you? You're passed with a snooker. So, did it mean even more for you when you lifted the World Championship?
Yeah, I think at the time you don't realise how big it is, but looking back and looking at, like you say, at the history of the game, growing up as a kid, always wanted to be world champion, world number one. To finally do it sort of out of the blue, say 20 years as a pro. I was obviously in good form that season. I won 3 or 4 tournaments up till then that season. So but yeah, to get your hands on that trophy, obviously at the moment on BBC you've got the some of the old games and some of the old players that have been playing, and just say to lift that trophy as same as all the other great players in the game, it's unbelievable feeling.
And you had to wait to 38 years of age to do it.
Yeah, so I obviously don't know what clicked, but I always felt like, even my first time there, I beat Stephen Hendry in 2000. He was reigning champion. I always felt like I had the game to do well there, and it took me another 15 years to produce it. But it was an unbelievable feeling.
Everyone growing up, obviously it's the dream to win the World Championship. Were you beginning to think it wasn't ever going to happen?
Yeah, like as a kid, you're always thinking, I want to be world champion, world number one. When you sort of see the other players that are there, and like the Davis was still there, Hendrys, the Ronnies, the Higgins, the Williams, maybe probably in them 15 years I was a pro, they've maybe won it 10 times. So to sort of get past them players to become world champion, it just looked more or less impossible. So I still pinch myself now that obviously I've got the trophy, my name on the trophy.
Back in 2015, when did you think, like, this might be my year? Is that when you get to the one table setup behind you in the semi-final? Is that when you start thinking, right, this could be my year?
Yeah, I remember playing obviously Ronnie in the quarterfinals, and a couple of years before he hammered me 13-4. So he's always obviously had the upper hand on most players, not just me. But when I got past him, and then I looked at the draw, and I had obviously Judd, and in the other semi-final you had Sean Murphy and Barry Hawkins. I was just thinking, like, I've grown up with these lads; they're no different to me, sort of thing. And I just thought, if I can play like I am, then I've got every chance. And
it was a tough final against Sean in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was to and fro. I think I hit a wall. Start of the second session, it was 4-all, and I went 8-4 down. And I had everything I could possibly to get some sugar in me: Red Bull, chocolate, coffee, banana, to try and get myself back in it. And say, lucky for me, I won 4 out of the next 5 frames to keep myself in it. And then obviously the third session, I had a good night's sleep that night. I had about 7 hours, and I come out absolutely buzzing. Won, I think, the first 6 frames of that session. No, sorry, I won the first 4 to go. What was that? I can't even work it out now. 12-9, and then we shared the next, obviously, 4 frames. So going into the final session, 14-11.
Can you put into words what it's like actually lifting the trophy with your family there as well?
Just meant so. It was just a special moment, say, in my life. You look back and people say, obviously, your kids are being born or your wedding day. For me, that definitely goes up there in the top 5 of all that.
And you did that at 38 years of age. And then this year, of course, at 43 years of age, you go win the Masters.
Yeah, unbelievable. Sort of, I ain't had the best of seasons up till then. I ain't had the best record in the Masters. I think I got to the semi-final once in 9 occasions, but I ain't won a match other than that semi-final. So yeah, it just seemed to click for me. A lot of the top players, top seeds, got knocked out in the first round, and for me, it just sort of. So I remember enjoying myself, obviously high-fiving, going around the crowd. Just say enjoying every moment of it. Felt really tired in the final against Ali, but from 5-3 up after the first session to go 7-5 down, I thought that was me gone. And I'd say still to this day, I've been watching it obviously loads. I don't know where it's come from. I just seem to clicked in my game. I sort of went from that old saying of 1 ball at a time. And before I knew it, I was winning the frames, and obviously I was building more confidence as it was going on, and made obviously my first 100 to finish the tournament off. So it was obviously it's my pride and joy, the Paul Hunter Trophy in my snooker room. It's up there next to the World Championship trophy.
And what would it mean to have another run at a World Championship?
Yeah, it mean everything. Obviously, at the time, winning that, people used to say I was obviously the luckiest winner or the worst winner and things like that. So winning the Masters, it seemed sort of shut a few people up. But yeah, I don't want to go down as just sort of one final, one win sort of thing. I'd like to get to another final and give myself a shot at another World Championship trophy.
Anyone who knows snooker knows you're not lucky to win at the Crucible, because it's 17 days, and it's not just a test of skill, it's a test of stamina, mental strength as well, isn't it? You mentioned about the sleep. Some people struggle to sleep when they're playing at the Crucible, don't they?
Yeah, I remember it took me back 2 weeks after the World Championship in 2015 that I was literally like a zombie. I was just walking around, didn't know what day it was. It took me about 2 weeks to get back to normality. Yeah, I remember I was maybe probably averaging from the quarterfinals about 4 or 5 hours of sleep a night, and when you're under that pressure and the adrenaline going through you, just sort of keeping you going. But yeah, I just remember, say, that second session of the World Final, I just felt like I really hit a wall. And I had the best night's sleep that night in the last sort of 5 or 6 days of the tournament.
And what is it about the old place behind you then? Why is this theatre in Sheffield? It was never designed for snooker, never designed for any kind of sport. Why is it so good for the World Championship?
I'm going goosebumps just sort of thinking about it. It's just the history of the game. Everyone growing up watching the BBC, watching the World Championships at Sheffield at the Crucible Theatre. So it's got so much history to the game. I remember going there in 1999, before I obviously qualified there, and getting all the autographs out the back of all the players and things like that. And just growing up as a lad, just sort of, I'd love to play there one day, and then finally getting there to play there. And so very, very lucky to get my hands on that trophy.
Well, Stuart, thanks for your time. You stay safe, and hopefully we'll see you later on this summer at the Crucible.
Lovely. Thanks a lot, Mark. Appreciate it, and stay safe, everyone.